All right, so this is my final screencast for my intake form and my personal training workout plan. So as you can see by the intake form, originally my client was going to be Josh, my roommate, 21-year-old male. But in reality, I ended up training Galen during the Zoom sessions. So the goals and the intake form are for my roommate when the actual workout took place with Galen. So the goals were hypertrophy strength to increase his lean muscle mass. And as you can see here, there were some contraindications based on injury. So he had a torn patella in his left knee and a labrum tear in the left shoulder. So some contraindications I was thinking of would be maybe overhead pressing might impact his shoulder, and then certain unilateral leg exercises could put a lot of strain on the patella. Um, Thankfully, when it came to the actual workouts, Galen didn't have any of these, but it was still something I took into account when designing the workout plan originally. Um, So in regards to cardio, when I talked to my roommate, he did not want cardio implemented as part of it. He wanted to focus more on the strength training aspects. Um, and he said that he also didn't prefer like low intensity steady state cardio. He's more of a high intensity short bursts of effort kind of athlete because that's what he preferred from his athletic background playing football and lacrosse. So I took that into account. So cardio is really only present here during the warm up and cool down that you can see because incline walking on a treadmill is programmed into the warm up around 50 to 60% of maximum heart rate, and then very low intensity biking is programmed into the cool down for each or at around a low resistance. Um, so during each workout, there is a warm up, a movement prep, core balance corrective, a speed agility quickness, resistance training, and cool down. There's 2 workouts per week over the course of 4 weeks, so 8 workouts in total. Um, so when I was doing core prep, balance, and corrective exercises, they were really meant to target the musculature that improves your stability, improves your control. So uh, this targets muscles such as your abs, your obliques, your large leg muscles like your quads, hamstrings, and glutes, as well as your dynamic stabilizer muscles. So I incorporated a lot of exercises that varied base of support. So you can see I incorporated a lot of Bosu balls here. In addition, there's like planking on a Bosu ball, a lot of dead bugs, and bird dogs as well to target the core. Um, and then moving on to speed, agility, quickness. These were exercises that I know my original client really was looking forward to because again he prefers like explosive, high intensity cardio. So these are meant to improve your explosiveness, involve quick bursts of energy. Um, Lots of variations of sprints, cuttings, changing direction. So there's some cone drills. There's like a fall sprint drill, a wall drill, stuff like that. And then moving on to the resistance training, which is sort of the bulk of each program. It's a full body workout 2 days a week. So that's why I decreased the number of days a week to 2 because every major muscle group was hit during each workout. And so as you can see here, I have legs, back, and chest in blue, which means they are one circuit, and then orange is a second circuit. So I have the compound lifts first because they require more energy. So legs, chest, and back were incorporated into one circuit, and then biceps, triceps, shoulders, and core were a second. Rest times are not programmed in directly, but I did reference over here that circuit training allows for minimal rest times because different muscles are being targeted with each exercise. So if you go from a leg press to a lat pull down, you shouldn't really feel residual fatigue from the previous exercise because it's targeting completely different musculature. If rest is needed between circuits, NASM recommends like 0 to a minute for maximum hypertrophy. Intensity and volume are all based on the NASM recommendations for hypertrophy as well. So you'll see a lot of almost everything is 2 to 3 sets. Reps are between 8 and 12. I don't believe I ever got lower than 6 or higher than 12. There's a lot of slow and medium tempo because it's not the power phase, it's the hypertrophy. So it's using more lighter weight and focusing on how to maximize the essentially the gains that you can make while using a lighter weight. Um, and then duration, like it's not a short workout, but that's part of the benefit of it being 2 days per week is It covers absolutely everything you need in 2 days, and you have good rest times in between. So it's honestly a good beginner program for hypertrophy, in my opinion. And then finally, the cool down is consistent across all of the workouts. So, like I said, stationary bike and then a dead hang to stretch your lats and traps. A lot of people are really tight, carry a lot of stress in their upper back, so it's good to sort of down regulate those muscles after a workout. And then proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation, some assistive stretching at the end, just one set per major muscle group to increase range of motion and overall flexibility.